Righty then, welcome back to the channel. Deadline day is almost upon us, and while I like to consider myself fairly positive in terms of my outlook, even though I have a grumpy face, I am going to look at some mistakes. And over the years, United have made some mistakes on deadline day, and I think some of these might surprise you. So stay tuned and let me know at the end what you think of this five deadline day mistakes. Right about number one, Radamel Falcao. We brought him in from Monaco on a season-long loan, and I was so excited. And Falcao came with some serious pedigree. He was regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. There was a knee injury, but who gives a fuck about this knee injury? Look at him, he's absolutely mega. And he failed to match the billing in a big way. Honestly, I can't even convey to you. I am no longer as innocent as I was back then. I am jaded. This is only a year out from winning the league that we did. Oh, mate, we are back. Watch this. Yeah, 4 goals in 29 games. Oh, my fucking good God. Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. Then he went to Chelsea and was even worse somehow. We decided against making the move permanent for some reason in 2015. I wonder what the reason was. Was it that he couldn't fucking hit a barn door? It might have been that. Number 2. Controversially, Anthony Martial. He was a full unknown teenager when United decided to bring him in, again from Monaco. Maybe there's something in that. On deadline day for 36 million in 2015. And he well and truly announced himself to the world with that brilliant goal coming off the bench against Liverpool. What a way to introduce yourself that was.
Benteke scored a wonderful goal. You got to take your hat off to him, but the goal of the game did not go to him. It went to some little French kid. Oh my God, I nearly passed out.
He's crapping, innit?
I nearly passed out. I jumped up and went that hard that I nearly hit the deck. I went all faint and everything.
It was perfect.
As he was running through, I was thinking, if he puts this away, there's going to be some goal. And then the whole place absolutely erupted.
How many men did he beat it for?
I think he beat Skirtle twice.
He struggled under Jose Mourinho. Ollie got him firing again, but he scored just 1 league goal in the 18 months before joining Sevilla on loan. Failed to reignite his career. Despite having a serious fan base that advocates for him and loves him and does anything they can to promote him, he became injury prone. He is unreliable. He clearly hasn't managed to find favour with Erik ten Hag, and I think it's just one of those what might have been with him. But I think in hindsight, I think you've got to call him a mistake. Number 3, Ikalo. And again, another one. I wanted this one to work so well. This was a late one. Arrived in a late loan switch from China on deadline day, January 2020. What a mad day that was, by the way. Ikalo got off to an absolute flyer at Old Trafford, bagged 4 goals in 3 starts. Mate, he was the truth. And then we extended his loan. But then he fell out of favour with Solskjaer and never seemed to get selected. Only made 4 appearances in all competitions, was quickly shipped out, and has since gone to the Saudi Pro League. Maybe he was a pioneer. Maybe he's the reason everyone went over. No? All right, fair enough. Number 4. Fellaini. This was a mad day, wasn't it? 2013. The introduction, everybody, of Ed Woodward. How'd that work out? Yeah, not fucking good, actually. United hit the panic button after failing to secure any signings. Oh, my days. And brought Fellaini in for £27 million. £27 million. Yes, that was the price that we were meant to get him and Leighton Baines for at the start of the window, but because we dilly-dallied, we ended up paying 27 just for Fellaini. Fucking nice one. Ryan Giggs had this to say about that day. He said, signing Fellaini so close to the deadline in August, the club's only deal in the summer where needed 2 or 3 big names, suggested things were not running smoothly. No fucking shit, Ryan. United had signed players late in the window before. Berbatov in 2008 springs to mind, but this was different. This was more of a panic. And the problem was he fundamentally changed the way United went on to play. especially when it got to like the Jose Mourinho era, and Mourinho loved him, and Mourinho decided to use him as part of a pivot, which is bananas because Fellaini's better at playing football with his chest than he is with his feet. And he's chaos. He's carnage. And I like carnage in the opposition box. That's fucking excellent. I don't like carnage in my box. And unfortunately, Fellaini brought carnage to both boxes. He was never universally unpopular. But I think, and maybe unfairly, he did become a symbol of United's decline post Sir Alex Ferguson. He managed to make over 150 appearances for the club, though, and he did score some serious goals along the way. But I think ultimately, the signing of Fellaini and what it meant afterwards was a mistake. And finally, I'm going to say keeping David De Gea. Now, I can talk about Alex Telles. I could talk about other players that United have brought in on deadline day, or failed or sold on deadline day. But actually, I think keeping David De Gea in 2015 was a bad decision. Now, people will correctly point to the fact that he won Player of the Year awards, and he himself had individually very good seasons. And he certainly was not to blame for the way Manchester United played out the next 8 years or so. He wasn't the blame of that. But I think if Manchester United had done what they intended to do at the time, we might have seen a change earlier. We might not have given him the contract of being the highest paid goalkeeper in the world, which we didn't get value for money for. We might have seen United adapt to a different style of play earlier. We might not have had the experiment with Jose Mourinho. Like, there are a million different caveats and sliding doors, and people always look for far too surface analysis on this. But I think keeping older De Gea didn't necessarily allow Louis van Gaal to do what he wanted to do, and there was more mistakes under Louis as well, by the way. We maybe finish inside the Champions League spaces, we maybe don't recruit Mourinho, and we maybe don't have the cycle that has followed on for a few years since. And I think ultimately, as though the Player of the Year awards will stand the test of time, David De Gea was not necessarily a mistake at Manchester United. But I think that decision and the ones that it might have led to, because we can't change the past and know what happened or what would have happened, I think keeping De Gea was a mistake. I mean, let me know in the comments. I'm sure loads of you are going to disagree with that, and that's fine. But I just think with what happened since, maybe a fresher restart earlier might have been beneficial for us. But I am interested in your thoughts. See you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.